Thousands came together in a candlelight vigil to remember two students shot and killed by a classmate at Sangus High School in Southern California as investigators tried to determine what prompted the deadly attack that left three other teens wounded. On his 16th birthday, the shooter, Nathaniel Burhow, pulled a .45 caliber handgun from his backpack and shot five students at random before shooting himself in the head. He died the next day. Here to talk more is Onyx News correspondent Dr. Ua Thompson. Dr. Thompson, in 2019 alone, we have had several mass shootings. To name a few, August 31st, with a shooting spree that left 7 people dead and 24 wounded, an August 4th shooting in the historic district of Dayton, Ohio on August 4th with 9 people killed and 27 injured, and a shooting at a Walmart in El Paso, Texas on August 3rd where 22 people were killed and at least 24 wounded. I'm trying to get an understanding of where we are with gun legislation and how we can stop these mass shootings going forward.
Yes, Nietzsche, this is so disheartening and so sad. It really is. We have to have a serious conversation in this country about the amount of gun violence that exists and what type of legislation is amicable to solving this problem. I am for the Second Amendment. I'm in favor of guns. I like guns. I have guns. My grandfather's passed guns down to me, and I understand both sides of the argument. But we have to get to the place in this country where we are curbing this violence that is consistently being perpetrated throughout the country. And I think we have to have some serious gun legislation in this country. The framers of the Constitution, I do not believe, intended for individuals to have military-style weapons in their personal domain. I think we have to figure out what needs to be done to curb gun violence. But on the flip side of that, we need to also stop the inflammatory rhetoric, the hate speech, the hate mongering that exists in this country because we are creating a society of monsters. And as the case says with this California, they have no clue why this young man chose to do what he did. They have no clue. They have no manifesto. They have nothing showing why he chose to carry out these egregious, heinous acts against his classmates and then turn the gun on himself, ultimately killing himself. This is disheartening.
Dr. Thompson, what are your thoughts on with gun regulation and what have you, if we are taking guns away from African Americans in urban areas or high crime areas? What are your thoughts on us doing that? Are we taking away an opportunity for them to protect themselves against unique circumstances? Give me your thoughts.
Well, I don't think we should take guns away from any individual because African Americans, just like white Americans and every other American, have the right to bear arms. They have protections under the Second Amendment, which is, in the Constitution of these United States. But at the same time, I think we have to get serious about gun legislation. We have to pass some type of background checks that is more extensive. I don't believe we should take guns away necessarily. Maybe the type of gun need to be reconsidered. I don't think individuals need military style weaponry to protect their personal domain. I think a revolver, I think semi-automatic weapons are just fine, but assault rifles, things of that nature, I don't think we need those. I think we need to somehow figure out how to curb it.
Let me go back to the high school in California where this shooting took place. We're talking about a high school, and we have seen this happen in high schools before. We're not talking about a situation where two people have had an interaction and they became angry with each other. We're not talking about adults. We are talking about a child on their 16th birthday who carried out something like this. They are having counselors available at this school to help students with their grief. But speak to that, with this being something that seems to have increased also in high school situations. What can we do about this?
Well, I don't think you can ever really curb the grief. That's an image that you will never get out of your head. These students are scarred for life as a result of it. They witnessed it. They were a part of it. And the afterthought that it could have been me type of thing, or it can be me the next time, we see it happening more and more as you reported, and it's getting alarming to the place that it's almost insane. Other countries don't deal with this. We have to figure out what are we going to do to stop this once and for all. But I think in conjunction with the gun legislation, we have to have a serious conversation about the inflammatory speech, the hate speech, the hate mongering that exists in this country, because that in many respects is fueling this bullying atmosphere.
Fueling some of it.
Yes, it definitely is. So I don't think we can deal with gun legislation without also dealing with the spirit behind the hate mongering, the hate speech, the inflammatory rhetoric.
Dr.
because that
Thompson,
is
I hate to
creating
cut
the
you
problem.
off. Thank you so,
Yes.
so much.
Yes.
Our prayers continue to be with this family. Thank you, Dr. Thompson. Always is awesome reporting.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nietzsche.